רני ג'הנגיר, נציג המרכז העולמי שלנו, לשאת דברים. בבקשה.
בשם אלוהים הרחמן והרחום, כבוד מנהיג הידמר מוחמד שריף עודה, כבוד ראש עיריית חיפה מר יונה יהב, אורחים נכבדים, אחיותיי ואחיי היקרים, שלום עליכם מעומק ליבי. אני עומד בפניכם היום ברגשות לבביים מעורבים של שמחה והתפלאות. אני מקווה שאתם תסלחו לי על טעויותיי. אני חושב שתבינו שאחרי 2600 שנה העברית שלנו השתנתה. אני משבט יוסף. כן, לפני 2600 שנה אבותיי הוצאו מן ארץ הקודש הזו בגלל ששכחו לאהוב ולציית לדברי אלוהים בכל ליבם וכל נפשם, כמו שאמר הנביא יחזקאל. Now I'd like to continue in English because if I continue in Hebrew we will be here for 3 days. I wanted to tell you the story of my people, and we have also come from here. When we had left Israel 2,600 years ago, during the following centuries we were scattered all over the lands in the east. In Persia, in Afghanistan, in India, even as far as China. Our ancestors never saw their beloved Jerusalem again. But they could not forget their lost land. They continued to keep the law of Moses, on whom be peace. Right up to this day, they have continued to name their sons after the prophets and the kings of Israel: Moses, Solomon, David, Joseph, Daniel, etc. They named the mountains, the plains, the valleys after the names of the places in the Holy Land. And many of these names still exist today. They continued to keep the customs of the children of Israel, and some of these customs still exist today. My ancestors settled in Afghanistan. We, like all of Israel, were awaiting the Messiah. And we thought that the Messiah would be a warrior, a fighting Messiah, who would liberate us from the worldly tyrants, from those powers who were over us. This is what we thought. But the reality was that God sent His Messiah to liberate us from our sins and to liberate us from the evils of our souls. For the one who is liberated from sin, no worldly tyrant has any hold upon him. And nothing can prevent him, if he has been liberated from his sins, nothing can prevent him from loving God and from observing His commandments. Therefore, when Jesus, son of Mary, may peace be upon him, when he had given his message to Judah and Benjamin here in the Holy Land, he was sent by God to search for the lost tribes. We were the lost tribes. And he spent some time with us in Afghanistan. And maybe this might sound strange for you, but this is the truth. It's a fact, it's a historical fact, which many Christians don't accept. But we know our history. So we recognized him to be the Messiah. Many of us accepted him and followed his teachings. Through his teachings we did not become Christians with a new religion. No. This was not the message of Jesus. We, following him, continued to observe the law of Moses. May peace be upon him. Jesus spent most of his time with our brothers who lived in Kashmir, in the north of India, because many of the tribes of Israel settled in Kashmir also. And there he passed away. And his tomb is still to be found in Srinagar, in Kashmir, And I know that many people from Israel also go to Kashmir every year, and they also visit his tomb. This tomb is revered by all and visited by many. We had learnt of the coming of a great prophet promised by Moses, may peace be upon him, when he said that a prophet like Moses would come. This he said, and it's in Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18. And Moses repeated this prophecy that he said, the Lord will shine forth from Paran at the head of 10,000 saints. And so we were waiting for this prophet. From Jesus, son of Mary, we learnt that the prophet would come after him. And he told us that the name of this prophet would be Ahmad. That means the one who is highly praised. The people praise him very much. This is the meaning of the name. And when the message of Muhammad Ahmad, who is the name of the Prophet of Islam, when his message reached Afghanistan, we who were following the law of Moses and who were waiting for the Prophet, we accepted him. The majority of us recognized him and accepted him. We remembered his name from what King Solomon had told us. If you look at the Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16, he said, V'chulo Muhammadim. And that was the name that we remembered, so we accepted him. By following Muhammad, may peace be on him, we learned to love the God even more. We learned to honor the greatness of Moses and all the prophets and kings and holy ones even more. And for many centuries, due to accepting to follow the great prophet who had been prophesied by Moses and by the prophets and also by Jesus, son of Mary, may peace be on all of them, we lived lives full of God's favors and blessings for many centuries. However, during the last 2 centuries of our time, many of us became forgetful of God's commandments, and we allowed the attractions and deceptions of this worldly life to deceive us. Mercy and pity died in our hearts, and our hearts became as hard as stones. Our defiance of God's laws and crimes against all people continued to increase. Now, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, he had also announced that another Messiah would come after him, and he told us all the signs by which we could recognize him. So, when Ahmad, the Messiah, appeared in India, according to the prophecy, and his message reached us, some of our most holy ones accepted him. But most of our people in Afghanistan not only rejected him, they even began to persecute and to kill his followers. And they killed a very great saintly and holy man among us, who was called Sayyid Sahibzada Abdul Latif. He was a great and holy man, and he recognized the Messiah who founded the Ahmadiyya community that you are visiting today. And when they killed him, God spoke through the mouth of his Messiah and said, O land of Kabul, meaning the land of Afghanistan, you are a witness to the terrible crime committed on your soil. O miserable land, you have in the sight of God been condemned, as you are the scene of this most atrocious crime. So we had been given a lot of time to enjoy the blessings of life on earth, even after we had been expelled from the Holy Land, but we kept the commandments,